I found a VHS tape with footage of me from before I was born. I found the tape at a thrift store on the edge of town. It was tucked in a dusty cardboard box labeled Home Movies 1980s. I wasn't looking for anything specific, just killing time. But something about the worn black casing drew me in. There was no label, no writing, just an unmarked VHS, forgotten among old family memories that weren't mine. Curiosity got the better of me. I bought it for $1 and brought it home. I nearly forgot about it until later that night, when I was alone in my apartment. The old VCR I'd found at a garage sale years ago still worked, so I slid the tape inside and pressed play. Static flickered across the screen. Then, a home video. The footage was grainy, faded from age. A woman stood in a warmly lit living room, her belly swollen with pregnancy. A man, presumably her husband, held the camera, his voice soft as he spoke. I didn't recognize them. The woman laughed, cradling her stomach as the man said something teasing. She looked happy, glowing. Something about her felt familiar. I leaned closer. The furniture, the decor, everything screamed late 80s, early 90s. The footage jumped, lines of static distorting the screen before settling again. The next scene showed a hospital room. The woman lay in a bed, sweat-drenched and exhausted, but smiling. In her arms, she cradled a newborn. The camera zoomed in, shaky but clear. My stomach turned to ice. That baby looked exactly like me. I didn't just mean a resemblance. The same birthmark on the left side of my collarbone, the same dark tuft of hair. My breath hitched. I checked the timestamp in the corner of the screen, April 12th, 1989. I wasn't born until 1994. The tape jumped again, more static. The next scene showed a toddler, me. I sat on the floor of a nursery, playing with wooden blocks. The woman, my supposed mother, sat beside me, stroking my hair. But I wasn't supposed to exist yet. My chest tightened. The footage jumped again. Now the child was older, a boy of maybe 5, sitting at a small kitchen table, smiling at the camera. The woman placed a plate of cake in front of him, candles flickering. The man behind the camera chuckled. "Happy birthday, sweetheart." The boy, I, grinned. The timestamp read, April 12th, 1994, my exact birth date. I stared, heart hammering. This made no sense. The footage flickered, the screen distorted. Then, suddenly, the boy stopped smiling. His head tilted slightly as if listening to something. I felt a sick sense of dread. Then he turned, looked directly at the camera, looked at me. I recoiled. My own 5-year-old self stared, eyes dark and intense. His lips moved, forming silent words. The screen cut to static. I gasped, shoving away from the TV. My pulse pounded in my ears. I hit rewind, fast. I needed to see it again, to figure out what he had said, what I had said. But when I pressed play, the tape was blank. No footage, no home movies, just empty static. I ejected the tape, staring at it in my shaking hands. It had been there. I had seen it. I wasn't crazy. I turned it over, searching for some kind of explanation. Some label, some mark. Nothing. Then, I noticed something. A faint, nearly invisible scratch on the plastic, like someone had tried to erase something. I tilted it toward the light and my stomach dropped. There, barely legible, were 4 words etched into the casing. Do not watch again. Watch.